Hello and welcome to another wonderful episode of Iron Port. This program is proudly brought to you by Civil Insurance, GOL PLC, the Ghana Revenue Authority, Ghana Link, Meridian Port Services Limited, and Phoenix Insurance. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. This program is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. So this week we are looking at the withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from ECOWAS and its implications for the transit trade. We had in the studio some three experts to do justice to this particular subject. Let's take a listen.
We know that these three countries are heavily reliant on Ghana exports, and so what do you expect with the turn of things or events? Do you expect things to continue to be the same way, or there will be a slight shift, or there will be a decrease or a decline, as it were, in their traffic, passing through our ports?
Okay, so the fact is that as for the association or the being associated with ECOWAS or being associated with AES or UEMOA, is something that countries can choose.
Yes.
Countries can choose to belong to any group of countries.
Yeah.
Based on the benefits they would withdraw. I think before we came on air, we were talking about a country like Switzerland.
Yes.
Switzerland is in Europe, but Switzerland is not a member of the EU.
Yeah.
Now, they made that decision based on a number of factors.
Right.
Because joining certain associations can mean surrendering certain solidarities or
Right.
certain benefits that you want. But coming to your question, and the reason why I cited is that these countries are not moving away geographically.
Yeah.
So in terms of geography, they are still land linked. They don't have seaports. They don't have access to the coastal regions except through, in the case of these three countries, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin, and even Dakar. If you want to go to Niger, you can use Dakar through Senegal. So the geographic location is still what it is. However, what it means is that there still needs to be some kind of relationship. They need to have a trade relationship.
Right.
And both of us need to still respect international conventions on transit of goods. Not forgetting that Ghana has already, selected somebody to conduct diplomatic relations on behalf of Ghana with the three countries. I forget the titles again, but Bevlo Latte Larry Bevlo Latte has been
Ambassador envoy.
Yes, it's now the liaison between us. So it looks like, as Bona said, the doors are still open, even from Ghana's perspective. Now, I don't expect it to have any significant impact on transit trade or trade in general.
Right.
What, if anything, will affect trade? It is the practicalities of trade. It is the cost of doing business. It is the rules and regulations that we all implement. It is the cooperation, the not political issues that will affect the trade.
Right.
For example, we need to cooperate on transit data exchange under ECOWAS called the SIGMAT, the System for Interconnectivity on Transit Trade. If that can still be done under the AES and ECOWAS between Ghana and Burkina and those other countries, it should still be fine.
Right.
But of course, we expect some effect in terms of cost of doing business. If, for example, the AES will come up with their own trading rules, which are different from what ECOWAS has, then some of those things will affect that.
Right.
I also think that another subtle effect could be the security situation.
Right.
If based on because one of the key objectives of the AES, the Alliance of Sahel countries, is on security cooperation, solidarity. So if they can cooperate better and improve the situation in those three countries, then it should provide safe passage, right? Goods can transit easily through, the border to Niger or through Pagadakola to Ouagadougou and things like that. So in terms of that, I don't expect any impact on transit trade.
Right. Dr. Bona, do you foresee any specific challenges in terms of our continued, relationship with the transit trade that we do together?
Well, I must be honest with you. What I foresee is largely improved relationship. An improved relationship on our part will definitely translate into, improved, transit trade.
Right.
Because then we got to a point where these Sahelian countries were so, discomforted and dissatisfied with our attitude towards them. So from the side of government, if you ask me, I would say that they are now a bit more sober,
right,
in terms of these Sahelian countries, and are ready to come back to the drawing board to see how we can collaborate and cooperate with regards to transit trade. Because then why a lot of the activities started now moving from our port to neighboring Togo.
Yes.
If you take the size of Togo, the size is almost like this. I mean, Accra, I think, is a bit bigger than the size of Togo.
Yeah.
And so, and you can just imagine Togo taking business from us.
Yeah.
They are neighbors.
Yeah.
But it means that a lot of things went down. And so, in terms of security, it went so low.
Right.
And we needed to keep it hanging. The Tuareg and his people came here to solidarize with us, to be with us during the inauguration.
Yes.
Came with a large contingent.
That's right, yeah.
And before then, there were, after His Excellency won the election, a lot of movements happened to get these people, and they were happy to come.
Right.
And so our doors are open. Their doors, now their doors are open.
Yes.
In the past, their doors were almost shut.
Yeah, yeah.
In the past, avenue for negotiation and dialogue were shut because they saw us to be traitors. Because then, if you have your next door neighbor's house is on fire, you don't help him to quench the fire. Terrorists were running them. I visited Burkina Faso from the Hamili side.
Right.
And I interacted with the Burkina. I visited some of the border before the elections.
Yeah.
And I would go onto their side to get to know firsthand what the challenges are. And they are very apprehensive. They tell you that you are there, probably at a border, at a certain point, and terrorists will just surround you and start shooting.
Wow.
And our side, Ghana, from our side, I interacted with some of our officers, and they will tell you that they are powerless. So you will see people being shot on the side of Burkina. You can't do anything. So when you see another human being being killed on a land you think, or to you, it's a foreign land, and you can't help them, the least you can do is to be quiet, isn't it? You don't go bad-mouthing them. So they they felt that sense of betrayal on the part of probably one of their best neighbors.
Right.
And so for me, I would say that the doors of Ghana is open now, is now opened.
Yes.
And their doors now open for us.
Right.
And so behind the scene, a lot of things are going on, I can't say.
Absolutely.
Listen, it got so bad, so much so that I don't know whether you've heard of the Accra Initiative. I won't go into it.
Right.
But a lot has happened over a certain period before the elections.
Right.
And so for me, it's not going to be a walk in the path.
Right.
Transit trade, I would probably say, not entirely disagree with him, but to say that government is doing so much to ensure that you heard what the acting DG of Ghana GPHA said. He said he wants to see VAT. Brigadier General Tanya said, I want to see VAT taken off.
Yes.
I want to see COVID levy taken off. If these taxes are taken off, we are going to have the trailers.
Let me come to Mr. Wadrago and find out from you what you make of this call for the removal of VAT and COVID levy on transit trade.
Thank you so much. Let me say that Burkina Faso Chamber of Commerce is an institution who coordinates private sector.
Right.
And here in Ghana, we have built a relationship with Ghana institution.
Right.
to make sure that transit trade between Ghana and Burkina Faso is very efficient. So, port, competitiveness of port based on 3 indicators.
Yes.
Security, cost, apply, and free transaction along the corridor. So, Ghana port is more expensive than other ports.
Right.
Countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, as a landlord country, and we can choose Lomé port, Côte d'Ivoire port, and Benin port, Dakar as well. But even though we have a currency barrier and language barrier, we did around 1 million metric tons.
Right.
Goods from Tema port to Burkina Faso. That means that we have a good relationship and the trade is going well. But when we see the VAT, I had the honor to be received by the Acting Director General of Ports, who shared to me the vision for the Authority of Ghana to remove VAT and COVID. VAT, putting VAT in the transit goods is not in accordance with the rules of international trade.
Right.
And you see, COVID as well is beyond us since many years, and we still put COVID in the transit stream.
Right.
I think is a justice done for our countries, and remove these taxes can increase the volume.
Absolutely.
Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger goods volume.
Right.
So I can tell that Port Authority has all support of Burkina Faso to make sure that our importers, our private sector, come back to the Ghana port, and this one is a justice done for us.
Right.
Eye on Port returns after this break.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302 246 319 or 0243 690 492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
Welcome back from the break. Now, news and activities happening within the port and maritime industry next.
The Ghana Investments Promotion Center, GIPC, and the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, IEAG, have pledged to work together to enhance investor confidence and attract more foreign investments into the country. This commitment was made during a courtesy call by the Executive Secretary of the IEAG, Samson Asaki Awengobit, and his team on the newly appointed CEO of the GIPC, Simon Maggi. Samson Awengobit, accompanied by board executives, staff, and members of the association, assured the new CEO of their unwavering support in helping the GIPC achieve its mandate. He emphasized the need for a strong partnership between the GIPC and key stakeholders like the IEAG to advocate for policies that would create a more business-friendly environment and align with the government's vision of a 24-hour economy.
Presidents should appoint ambassadors who really go out, because you and I know that when we were in our various offices, we saw how embassies in Ghana here represent their countries, knock our doors, trying to get us, our people, to come and do business with them. Same thing when our ambassadors go out, it shouldn't be like my party's in power. They should go and sell Ghana and make sure that, and the cardinal point is there are great businesses that is added to the Ministry of Trade, so that we can add more value to our agro processing. The non-traditional commodity is the area that we can export more and can bring more proceeds back to support our economy. And I think that should be the drive.
On his part, Simon Maggi welcomed the association's support and expressed appreciation for the confidence stakeholders have shown in his leadership. He stressed the importance of leveraging economic diplomacy as championed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to attract more investors into the country.
We can begin to have closer relationship with governors, with mayors of cities that want to look at investing in Africa or investing in our country. Then they will be able to strike the partnerships which are very essential for us. And, the foreign minister has said that his mantra is to focus on economic diplomacy. I just want to put it out there that we at the GIPC, we are ready to support that, helping our ambassadors to go with a mindset to attracting foreign direct investment into our country. So this is what we'll be doing over time.
He further revealed plans for a nationwide investments drive where regional ministers, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, as well as traditional and religious leaders, will present their investment portfolios. This initiative aims to strategically position Ghana's regions for targeted investor engagement. The meeting underscored the shared vision of both institutions in driving sustainable investment, improving trade facilitation, and strengthening Ghana's economy through strategic partnerships.
In a related development, the Minister for Transport, Joseph Boukari-Boukwe, has pledged to facilitate the passage of an ally to help properly regulate the new Ghana Shippers Authority law passed last year, adding it will boost transparency whilst ensuring accountability. Mr. Boukari-Boukwe brought this to light when he paid a working visit to the Ghana Shippers Authority earlier this week as part of his familiarization tour of the key stakeholders in the maritime, logistics and transport industry. The minister, acknowledging challenges faced by shippers, including higher charges at the port, assured his ministry will collaborate with the Shippers Authority and other stakeholders to work tirelessly to streamline charges and reduce cost of shipping.
We, as the ministry, will want to give you a firm assurance that we're going to be with you day and night to support you to implement the new act and also operationalize it. And I will be there to take it through parliamentary processes and get it operationalized for you. The president in the elections made a promise to reduce the cost of doing business in our seaports. And that has to do with a revision of the governing laws, the taxes, the duties, and the levies at the ports. And we would lead the cause of ensuring that whatever laws that are being used at our ports are reviewed, such that it will create the enabling environment for all those who are within our ports to effectively operate and freely do business.
As part of the plan, Mr. Bukari Bukwe tasked the Shippers Authority to lead the charge in achieving government's 24-hour economy agenda. The minister hinted his ministry is working hard to operationalize the Buankra Inland Terminal, which is about 90% complete.
It's almost 95% or so, or around 90% complete.
Phase 1.
With the phase 1. And you know, we don't have a railway line to the port. And there's no way you can have a container terminal that there's no railway. If we want to still go by cargo, you know our roads, the conditions of our roads. So double handling, you have to take from the seaport, load into a cargo truck, go offload, and then another cargo truck is standing there. They feel there are a lot of conflicting activities. We feel that we will have to see as to how to improve access to the terminal and also getting the last phase to be completed and work will resume at that port.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Shippers Authority, Professor Ransford Jampo, pledged the authority's commitment to creating a fair playing field for all stakeholders whilst promoting international trade.
The main thrust of our new legislation is to address the key challenges impeding trade and address all the issues to decrease the cost of doing business in Ghana. The objective, in the view of the framers of the new law, is to create a viable commercial shipping environment that facilitates international trade and ensure fairness, efficiency, and competitiveness for players in the commercial shipping industry. So we are preparing our LI that would operationalize the implementation of our act, and we would implement the act in such a way that it protects the interests of all and protect the interests of Ghanaians.
The Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Bukwe, urged directors and staff of the Shippers Authority to accord the new CEO the needed support to excel.
The Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanya Kulono, has urged the government to remove VAT on transit cargo and the COVID-19 levy, citing their negative impact on Ghana's competitiveness as a regional transit hub. He stressed that the removal of VAT on transit cargo would enhance Ghana's attractiveness as a preferred trade corridor within the sub-region, helping to retain and attract transit business in an increasingly competitive environment. The GPHA boss made this appeal during a familiarization visit by the Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Nikpe, to the port of Tema, where the minister engaged key stakeholders including GPHA, Meridian Port Services Limited, and the Tema shipyard.
Transit market is highly competitive, and any disruption can lead customers turning to our partners and our rivals, that is, rivals in quote, Lome and Abidjan. We believe, or we have the firm belief, that since the cargo is not destined for Ghana, it will be beneficial if the government could reconsider its decision by removing the VAT levies in order to encourage business and generate additional employment opportunities.
Accompanied by a delegation from the ministry, the visit forms part of a broader tour of agencies under his oversight aimed at strengthening collaboration and deepening his understanding of port operations. At GPHA, the minister was welcomed by Brigadier General Tanya Kulono and members of top management. During a presentation on the authority's core functions and operational outlook, the Acting Director General emphasized digitalization, organizational resilience, and fostering a corporate culture rooted in discipline, fairness, and teamwork.
Another issue has to do with the dredging of the port of Tema. Currently, I'm told that the depth is about 8 feet, and we have to dredge it to 12 minimum. Takoradi is about 16, if I'm right. So if not, we cannot get bigger ships to come and dock for us to get money and turn Tema as the container hub of Africa. But this dredging has delayed for the past 3 years, and I want to state that this year we have covered it in our budget, and hopefully, I'm sure we should be able to dredge it.
In response, Minister Joseph Bukari Nikpe reiterated that the government of President John Dramani Mahama is committed to revitalizing the economy, with the port and maritime sector identified as a key driver in this agenda.
When you talk of good governance, listening to service providers is one of the key areas you should look at. And so if we want to have a port that is of international standard, we have to begin to address some of the concerns our stakeholders begin to bring to our notice. We are all aware of the President's commitment in resetting this country, and it begins with us at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, because we are the key to unlocking the economic difficulties that we are faced with.
He also expressed confidence in the leadership of the new Acting Director General, urging GPHA staff and management to support his vision in advancing the authority's strategic objectives.
Intentions, the plans, the new Director General has, and I want to say that he has my full support and that of the President. We took office the same day with a charge from the President that wherever we find ourselves, including all of us seated here, we brighten that corner so that Ghana will once again be put on the map of excellence.
As part of the visit, the minister also toured Meridian Port Services Terminal 3 and the Tema shipyard, where he engaged with management on port expansion efforts, operational efficiencies, and ongoing industry reforms aimed at strengthening Ghana's maritime sector. Meanwhile, the Transit Representative Union has reinforced calls for the removal of value-added tax and COVID-19 levy on transit cargo, arguing that the charges undermine Ghana's competitiveness as a leading transit hub in the sub-region. Speaking to Ion Port following the Minister for Transport's visit to the port of Tema, the chairman of the union, Issa Mohammed, emphasized that scrapping these taxes would significantly boost the transit trade through Ghana's ports.
First, the tax. We requested the tax issue long time, but we didn't hear any good answer. And the COVID go long time, but we are still paying the COVID tax on our transit document. And other thing, the levy. All is new thing from the COVID time where this thing all come, they didn't go back again. So now we need a new government. Our Minister of Transport and the Finance Minister include the new DG of Ports to do something for we clearing agent to let you promote Ghana Port every day. We know if we only Ghana Port will get our food.
He noted that similar charges are not imposed in neighboring ports, putting Ghana at a disadvantage compared to competing trade corridors in the region.
3 days today are from Africos, and we'll have our people for Lomé, Cotonou, Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, and même Mauritania. And then we know say this thing, COVID charge and the tax on transit goods, that's why we have difference of our charge to other countries. Only when they promote the port, still our clients they are coming. If you know that, they will always see difference is too much to convince our client to come to Ghana.
Issa Mohammed a clearing agent by profession, also expressed confidence in the new government and the leadership of the new GPHA Director General, believing they will take the necessary steps to revitalize the transit trade. He highlighted that Ghana already has a robust port infrastructure and secure corridors, which should be fully leveraged to position the country as the preferred transit hub.
If they come out the VAT, the levy, and the COVID charge, we know most of our clients, they go come to Ghana because they always believe Ghana port gets security. Yeah. And if we watch the distance, from here to Bamako is 1,740 kilometers. From here to Ouagadougou, almost 1,000 kilometers. And from here to Niamey, 1,300 kilometers. The distance is too much. And the Mali to Mauritania, past 500. To Cote d'Ivoire, 1,000. To Senegal, 900 or 800. But they choose Ghana, 1,700 kilometers, almost the double to come and work. Because of the security for the ports. So we want the Ghana government, the new government, to try to understand, say we are still here, we want to benefit something good to call our clients.
We have some international port and maritime news.
Swiss shipping giant MSC, through its subsidiary Terminal Investments Limited, TIL, is set to invest in a container terminal at Morocco's Nado West Med Port. Partnering with Massa Maroc, TIL will hold 50% minus one share, while Massa Maroc retains majority control. The terminal, with a 3.4 million TEU capacity, is expected to commence operations in early 2027, complementing CMA CGM's existing investment in the port. The European Union has introduced a clean industrial deal to drive decarbonization, boost competitiveness, and secure manufacturing. It allocates 100 billion euros to clean tech, renewable energy, and industrial sustainability. Key actions include affordable energy, circularity, and financing clean transitions alongside a push for hydrogen adoption. However, delays in setting a 2040 climate target raise concerns despite ambitious plans for electrification and green industry growth.
Let's take a listen to the health and safety tips.
Healthy snacks. Having a healthy snacks on hand is great for eating better too. You can grab a handful of nuts or something else that's easily accessible instead of letting your cravings build up. Fueling your body throughout the day is a great way to maintain energy levels and avoid any type of afternoon crash. Swap out chips for grapes or keep a giant bag of almonds in your truck for a quick and healthy snack. Workers are encouraged to replace the lunchtime soda with water. Make sure to include veggies like baby carrots, cucumber, broccoli, or celery with each meal.
We have the word of the day or phrase of the day segment next.
A wharf is a continuous structure built parallel to the margin of the sea or alongside riverbanks, canals, or waterways where vessels may lie alongside to receive or discharge cargo, embark or disembark passengers, or lie at rest.
Now, schedules of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate you need to know to clear your goods from the port next. That's all for this week's episode of Eye on Port. Thank you for watching, and thanks to the entire crew. Join us same time next week, and also don't forget to follow us on our various social media platforms on your screens.